wide awake. Got foes and family mad at me 'cause I chose a new path that's promising. I'm in a different world, my own galaxy. In my line, soberating.
Hi, welcome to my channel. I am Dadrina Valora. If it's your first time here, clicking onto the video, thank you so much for clicking onto the video. I really do appreciate it. If anything that I say is helpful or beneficial to you in any way, or even if it's funny, press the like button. If you haven't had a moment to subscribe, you have been here before and you're coming back, hit the subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. It's only going to help my channel grow, okay? King of the Hill. Maybe Last Man Standing. Or, what was another one? Leveling out the playing field. Like, there has been, people have been playing dirty. Then you have another set of people who did not pull out all of their weapons or secrets. Like they didn't pull out all of their little magic. Literally. They allowed things to play out. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm getting a lot of messages. So some stuff might not make sense. I just feel like I have to get it out. Brick by brick, like no shortcuts. So there is some people, there is someone who like took no shortcuts. They did the work brick by brick. Like there was avenues for them to take. Like they knew people that could help them to get a shortcut. Like, but they didn't take that route, you know. Like this time, I'm hearing like this time, they didn't take that route. Like they did everything brick by brick, like with their own hands. Like, yeah. So I feel like I'm talking to a man there. Like you did not use all of your resources. You did it yourself. If you guys know the Bible story about, I believe it's Leah and Rachel. Rachel and Leah were sisters. I think they may have been half sisters. But there was a certain man. Who was the man? There was a certain man. He was looking for a wife. He wanted Rachel. He wanted a certain wife. But he agreed, or he paid, or however that process went, and he received his wife. But somehow, come to find out, the wife that he paid for and received was actually Leah. So I feel like he tried to. He wanted to be okay with it because, you know, he had agreed to it and he had paid for it, you know. He was kind of tricked into it, but he had paid for it already. So he tried to like just go with it. Just, okay, I got a wife, that's what I wanted. I got a wife. But it wasn't flying. Like it wasn't someone right. It wasn't okay, right? So I believe like he went back to the drawing board, he went back to the officers, or maybe he went back to the priest or whoever he had to talk to. Like maybe he went back to a certain man because it's a certain, okay. So yeah, so think about Bible stories. So you could like marry into like certain lineage. So I feel like it was a certain lineage of people that he wanted to marry into. So okay, he definitely had a certain person in mind, right? Which was Rachel, but he was given Leah. So I feel like even with that father knew that he wanted Rachel. But okay, so how whatever makes a sister, a person, a woman a better match or a better wife or whatever, I definitely, according to the story, Rachel was the beautiful one, right? So like men today, just because of her beauty could have been the reason why he preferred her, just because she was beautiful. Leah, I mean, was Leah not able to be a good person, a good counterpart, a good wife, a good companion? Possibly so, right? But she wasn't as pretty as Rachel. And Rachel is just who he wanted, right? So, okay, speed up. So he got with Leah. He tried to put up with it, but it just wasn't working at all. Heck no. So he went back to the father. He was like, hey, I wanted Rachel. So the dad was like, 7 years. 7 years. Put in work with my daughter that you got, Leah. Put in work. Do what you got to do in 7 years. And then I'll give you Rachel. Because, Rachel beautiful. Rachel not only beautiful, she will make a good wife. And yes, I actually have several people vowing for her. And I'm not letting her go right now because I'm trying to get her stock up. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, yeah. So if you making like you really want Rachel, and you got a whole wife over there already that you done paid for, 7 years, you worked for her for 7 years. And when I tell you he put in the work, 7 years, brick by brick. So I don't know. That story applies. It might help somebody. Like, yeah, he put in the work. Yeah, and maybe even, that's crazy because maybe even I'm thinking about an onion peel now, brick by brick, so it's like layer by layer. So I'm just thinking, okay, of an onion, like an onion peel. Like maybe the work that this man has put in for years is removing the layers from this certain lady. So it's like, yeah, she's beautiful, but everything beautiful, that's just what you see with the eyes. So I feel like this lady, he specifically wanted her, but she definitely had a lot of layers. And that was the bricks and the layers that he was having to work through, is the layers of this woman. Yeah, so okay. One could even think that, yeah, shoot, the daddy wasn't really letting Rachel go with any of the men because he knew Rachel was a piece of work. He knew Rachel was a piece of work. Like, he in a way was like saving these men, right? But like they so busy looked at her way she looked that, that they weren't able to see the full picture. Like, the dad is kind of trying to save you here, Leah's not a lot to look at, but, just as far as an overall, you might want to go with Leah. So that's why he's like, okay, if you really make it like you want Rachel, I'm like, save yourself, Rachel got some other stuff going on, right? So he's like, okay, put in 7 years. Put in 7 years. You do that, then I'm going to know for sure that you want Rachel. And I tell you, he put in work. I've been hearing a lot of, I don't know if a person is on they're on like a dirt road or what. The Dukes of Hazzard is something else I've been channeling, like a lot. The Dukes of Hazzard. But then I'm thinking about the dirt roads, but I'm thinking about it could be a motorcycle, but I'm thinking like what you would call one of them cars, like a hot race car, like a hot rod car, like a car that you done fixed up and that you be dirt racing on. Like, am I saying it right? So that's what I'm hearing, like tires, skirt. That's what I've been hearing that a lot. Drag racing. So someone's drag racing. They might even be playing around on a motorcycle, doing little tricks and stuff on a motorcycle. Like, I don't know. Is this like a part of their thrill? Like, this is what makes their adrenaline rush. Like, they just like doing that. Be careful, please. Please be careful. I always say safety first. Safety over everything. But this could be the reaction to this man once he realizes that certain things have ended, or, you know, certain things have began, you know, once he probably realizes that he's going to get Rachel. And like, I feel like that might have been his reaction. Like he's like, I don't know. I don't know. I be seeing what's coming to me, right? It's so weird. Yeah. Oh, I wish you guys could see this bird. Is that a woodpecker? I was saying woodpeckers a lot. I think that may have been like 2019. It was this woodpecker. At least one. I think it was just one woodpecker. It was in this tree. And he would just be out there pecking. And then, like, that was probably my first time seeing a woodpecker or experiencing a woodpecker. But he used to always be in the tree. And now I think I am seeing a woodpecker again in this tree. Something else I've been seeing, and I feel like it's definitely significant. A lot of birds on the ground. A lot of birds, you know, not dead, but they're not flying. They're not up in the tree. They're not flying, or they're not up in the tree. They're like walking on the ground. I've been seeing that a whole lot. You know, not that it's not normal, but you know, really, you see birds, they're up. They're up. They're at least up at the top of the tree, you know, on the branches of the tree. But these birds have been on the ground. So like, yeah, now that's definitely been one of my requests. It's like boots on the ground, you know. Like, I can spiritually or intuitively pick up on this, that, or another, but it's nothing like the physical. It's nothing like calling things from out of heaven, like to be as though they were, like things in heaven to come earthbound into reality. Like, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it becoming tangible. It's nothing like thoughts becoming things, you know. So it's one thing to be spiritually inclined and to know things, pick up things, to feel things, to see things. But it's still, the beauty is truly in the tangibility of it all. Really, you know, really. To be physical, to be matter, to be physical. Let's get physical. So this next thing is gonna require movement in creativity. All right, movement in creativity, like to create. You can create through dancing with the body. You can create through singing. You know, making up songs, like creating songs with the mind. You know, not everything has to make sense. Not everything has to be like the top #1 seller either. You know what I'm saying? Like, while I'm writing music, you know, you can write music because you want to write music. Like, you don't have to write music to like go viral. You don't have to write music to be a star. You don't have to write music to record it onto a beat. Like, you can write music and sing because it's an enjoyment, because it's a creativity, because it unlocks you. It unlocks you, okay? Draw. Like, I don't know how to draw. You might not be who is it? Is it Michelangelo? This the artist? Michelangelo? Yeah, I think. You might not be the next big artist, but that does not mean that you don't know how to draw. You might be drawing stick figures. Do you understand me? You better draw the best stick figure that you can draw. Yeah. Taking the things, the aggression, taking the stuff that's within the body cavity, the body capacity. Yeah, taking the accumulated things that's within the body. Like you help in bringing those things out through creativity. Yeah, you've been experiencing a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of flies, like a fly. And they say like a fly on the wall. Like I would love to be a fly on the wall. Like there's a, I say fly, but there's a spy. Like that fly is a spy. Yeah, that fly is a spy. What y'all think the military be doing? Y'all think the military just be going to fight wars? The military be coming up with some stuff so that they can always attempt to remain and to stay in control of the population. Let's get physical, physical. I wanna get physical. Oh yeah, baby out that cage. Yep, uncaged, Baby is out that cage. It's out the cage. It's open. Yeah, everything's out in the open. How can I mend a broken heart? Hey! I be really wanting to be able to translate my process of emotions. Sometimes, like when I'm channeling, I be just really wanting to effectively translate what's that process that I go through, because it's the strangest thing sometimes. Like let me tell you what I see. I say I see it. Sometimes I say when I say I see it, it's not a see. It's not even a see. It's a feeling. So here now is really a feeling, like I sense. So this is what I sense. There's this man. So there's this guy. So there's this man. And he haven't even showered. I don't know what would be, could just be a day of no showering. But this guy hasn't showered, it's been a few days. It's been a few days. Might have like the whole, I feel like this is like a movie. This is like on a movie. Like they are in mourning. They're mourning a loss, but no one has passed away. And they are playing like old school records. No, they're not on Bluetooth. This person is not doing music from their phone and with the Bluetooth connected to the speaker. This person has records. I don't know if it's the vinyls or maybe a CD. They old school. So they're old school. They're playing CDs. They're playing vinyls. Cause I see them they're you have to you have to be of a certain age. But with the vinyls you have to blow it and you have to be able to wipe. You got to know how to wipe it a certain way. You really can't get to that middle section too much and mess with it. You got to be real. So I see that. I see that, and they're changing out these old school records. Marvin Gaye and Teddy Pendergrass. Freddie. Are you ready? But I don't know if it's that Freddie, because that's Freddie Jackson, right? Is there a Freddie Williams? I know some old school, but I'm really not that, I don't know old school like that. Believe it or not, But it's no, I'm hearing like a Freddie Williams. Now I have this a Teddy Williams. Freddie Williams, Frank Williams, Freddie Williams. I have to Google Frank Williams. I have to Google that now. Close the door. I got what you're looking for. Wow. Yeah, like I see this. I don't know if they're in their drawers or not, or maybe they just have on boxers, but they're like literally like they're leaning. They're like they're not sitting up. They're not sitting up, but they're not laying down. They're like leaning. How can a man? He got this joint on repeat. A broken heart. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell y'all, you know, I'm not laughing at anyone's pain. Oh no. I feel like the laughter in this situation here is coming from the mere fact that no one has left this life. Like no one has passed. This person has their self stuck, but they're stuck in their own head. It's like they almost want to feel this way. Like this is their process. This is their process. This is their process. Like they want to be here in that. They want to be in that. Like that emotion. They want to experience that emotion. To each its own. So that was cool. That was a cool message. If anything, possibly, if anything applied to you, let me know somehow in the comments. Feel free. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button as well. I thank you so much for watching the video. I cannot end this video without sending you guys love and light.